Welcome, everyone, to the deep dive. We've got some really interesting material here on Shimla, that famous hill station up in the Himalayas,
Hmm.
known for its incredible scenery, the old colonial buildings, and that crisp mountain air.
That's right.
So, our mission today is basically to sift through this and pull out the best bits, the highlights of Shimla for you.
Absolutely. And Shimla, it's the capital of Himachal Pradesh,
Yeah.
right in the Himalayan foothills. The altitude's a big factor. It's around 2,200 meters,
Right,
maybe 7,200 feet.
right.
And that elevation, that's really key. It gives it that pleasant climate people talk about, and of course, those amazing views.
Okay, so that altitude is crucial. Thinking about planning a trip, when's the ideal time to go?
Well, it sort of depends what you're after, really. For generally pleasant weather, like sightseeing weather, March to June is often recommended. That's their summer.
Nice and mild, I imagine.
Yeah, generally comfortable.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in snow, maybe skiing or just seeing it look like a winter wonderland,
Yeah.
then December to February is your window.
Okay, got it. Summer for exploring, winter for the snow sports. Makes sense.
Very much.
So if you're there, what are the absolute must-see spots? The main attractions?
You definitely have to check out the Ridge. It's this large open space right in the heart of Shimla. Great for mountain views, but it's also just a real hub socially.
The main gathering place?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Mall Road, probably the most famous street.
Right.
It's bustling, lots of shops, cafes,
Right.
but also many of those colonial era buildings we mentioned. It has a real historical vibe to it.
That blend of history and activity sounds fascinating. I think I read about a temple, too, high up.
Oh yes, Jakku Temple. It's dedicated to Lord Hanuman and sits on Jakku Hill, which is actually Shimla's highest peak.
Wow. So amazing views guaranteed then.
Definitely. You get the spiritual aspect combined with just, well, stunning natural beauty. And slightly outside Shimla, there's Kufri.
Kufri. Okay. What's the draw there?
It's really popular, especially in winter, known for skiing, horse riding, that sort of thing. More on the adventure side.
Good for thrill seekers. Back in Shimla itself, are there specific historical buildings that stand out?
Christchurch is one. You can't miss it, really. It was built back in 1857, making it one of the oldest churches in North India.
1857. Wow. That's quite something.
It really is. And then there's the Viceregal Lodge, or Rashtrapati Niwas, as it's known now. An absolute beautiful building.
Viceregal Lodge. That sounds important.
It was. It used to be the summer residence of the British Viceroy of India. So, a lot of history happened within those walls.
Definitely adds another layer. Okay, so beyond sightseeing, what kind of activities can people really get into?
Well, the toy train ride is almost iconic, the Kalka-Shimla Railway.
Oh, yeah, the narrow gauge one.
That's the one. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the journey itself, winding through the hills. It's just incredibly scenic, a unique experience.
Sounds amazing.
What else? For outdoorsy types, there's plenty of scope for trekking and just enjoying nature walks in the surrounding forests. And in winter, if the conditions are right, there's an ice skating rink.
Ice skating. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's quite popular seasonally. And of course, you've got trying the local food, browsing the shops on Mall Road, the usual travel pleasures.
Seems like a really good mix. Just practically speaking, what's the weather actually like? You mentioned summer and winter.
Right. So summers, think cool and pleasant. Temperatures usually hover between, say, 15 and 30 degrees Celsius. Pretty comfortable for being out and about.
Okay.
Winters, though, get properly cold. Temperatures can drop below freezing, and snow is quite common, especially from late December into February.
So pack warm clothes for winter. Definitely.
Absolutely. Layers are key.
So it really feels like Shimla offers this interesting package deal, natural beauty, a strong sense of history, and quite a range of things to do.
It does. It's that combination, I think, the blend of the mountains, the colonial legacy, and the activities that makes it enduringly popular.
Which leads to an interesting thought to leave people with. Considering Shimla's past, being the former summer capital during British rule, and how popular it still is today, what parts of that history do you think most shape its appeal now?
That's a great question. Is it the architecture, the echo of that colonial era that still draws people? Or perhaps how that history interacts with the timeless appeal of the mountains? It's probably a mix, isn't it? How the past informs the present experience.
Something to ponder, for sure. Well, thanks for digging into Shimla with us.
My pleasure.
And thank you all for joining our deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.